Welcome to iLecture Online. Now let's talk about the concept of the empirical probability, which is just another word that we use for experimental probability. But there's more to it than that. For example, it is related to you want to do a poll and you interview a bunch of people, and based upon that, you expect a particular outcome for the general population. So you want to be able to predict the empirical result of that potential gathering of information, and you want to know how many you should ask before you feel that your empirical results are close enough to the actual experimental, or I should say theoretical probability. So in this case, instead of just tossing the coin 10 times, we're going to do it 20 times over, 20 times 10 times for a total of 200 tosses. But we collected the data one trial at a time, each trial of 10 tosses. And you might remember that the original attempt was we got 3 times 2 heads, 1 time 6 heads, and 1 time 0 heads. Now, you might also note that the theoretical probability is 25%, 50%, and 25%, and we have drawn that again in this bar graph right here. But realizing that if we're going to only toss it 10 times, there's no possible way that in any given trial, the result is 25% for 2 heads and 25% for 0 heads, because there's no way that you can get 2.5 out of 10 times that particular result. So just the fact that you limit it to a trial of only 10 times or 10 tosses, there's no way you get 25% and 25% for the 2-head outcome and the 0-head outcome, no matter how many times you do those trials. So just keep that in mind as well. But as we do it many times, and we add them all up, we see that out of 200 tosses, 53 times we got 2 heads, 104 times we got 1 head, and 43 times we got 0 head. And if we graph that on our graph, you can see how much closer we got to the theoretical results. So the empirical probability gets closer and closer and closer to the theoretical probability just by increasing the number of trials. So you can see as you increase the number of tosses, the empirical probability will approach the theoretical probability, and we'll be able to figure out how many times we have to do something to get within the kind of limits that are acceptable, so that the empirical probability is very close to the theoretical probability. Or sometimes we can only do it a certain number of times and would like to see how close we are to the theoretical probability just from a limited number of trials. So we'll see some of those examples as well. But at least now you understand that to get a better result for empirical probability, you just need to do the trial over and over again, more and more times, until the difference is an acceptable difference. And that is how it's done.